Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to Straight to Streaming. Sorry I haven't been able to put these out as of late. I've been kind of busy, but I'm back with this show and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this year has to offer as far as streaming movies go. So let's get started with The Kitchen. So The Kitchen was the directorial debut of Daniel Kaluuya and Kibwe Tavres. I apologize if I mispronounced that name, along with any of the names I'm going to have to try to pronounce throughout this video. So basically, The Kitchen takes place in a kind of sort of dystopian future where the relatively poor community has been kind of forced into this one neighborhood called The Kitchen, and they are basically subjected to daily raids from police as they are being like forced out of this area. And it follows this guy named Izzy, played by Kanao, who is apparently a rapper in real life. And he pretty much wants to get out of the kitchen. He works at this funeral home type business where the dead are turned into trees, and he's pretty much saving up to get out of the kitchen. However, this all kind of takes a turn when he meets Benji, played by Jediah Bannerman, who is the son of a woman that Izzy used to know, seems to have a deep connection with, and it's heavily implied that Benji is more than likely Izzy's son, and Izzy now has to navigate really taking care of this kid while also still trying to get himself out of the kitchen. So, overall, this film isn't awful as far as a concept goes. I really like the ideas of pretty much this like community that's the last remnants of this poor downtrodden community that's been basically battered and beaten, yet are still holding their heads high. And I like when the film is focusing on the contrast between that community and the community of people who are no longer in that neighborhood or are quote unquote above that neighborhood. I really enjoy when we're focusing on the contrast there. I love the social commentary when the film is focusing on it. However, when it goes to focus on the character drama story that it wants to be, it's weak. It's really lackluster, mainly because the relationship between our two lead characters just doesn't make any sense, and we don't really fully get to explore it. Benji seems to be obsessed with the kitchen and really obsessed with trying to learn where his heritage is from, yet he doesn't really get along with Izzy, and Izzy doesn't really seem to get along with him, and he's really in denial about being the kid's father. It really just doesn't feel legitimate as far as a relationship goes, and the story doesn't really develop it as well as it could. Most of the side characters are more interesting than the main two characters, and that's a huge problem with the film. I was more interested in like the radio DJ Lord Kitchener, who is basically the one trying to keep the community spirits up despite daily raids and this community having like its food and water supply basically completely cut off. I just couldn't get into our main characters at all. And this might have to do with the performances. Honestly, I really felt like Kano just didn't know what he was doing. He had one facial expression for the majority of the film. Now, mind you, it's hinted that the character has an emotional disconnect, but I I couldn't really get into his performance because he had no reaction to anything. It was the same reaction, and that goes similar to Jediah Bannerman, who is doing a better job as Benji, but it's just unfortunate that they're not really able to get us to connect to the characters through their performances, and that's a huge issue with the film. Now, visually, the film is quite good as we see the contrast in the two different communities that inhabit this world, and I really enjoy the way that the kitchen is set up in contrast to the way that the other community is set up. I love the feel that the film is going for, and I really enjoy the overall idea that it puts forth via its visuals, and the cinematography is quite good as well. So visually, it is a good film, and the music that the film puts in is also quite good. So there is a lot of good technical things going on in this movie. It's just, as far as a story, character, and performance standpoint, the film is a little weak at times. And that's a shame because this film has a lot of potential. It's just kind of wasted. At the end of the day, I'm going to give The Kitchen a 5 out of 10. I do kind of want people to check this out because there is some cool things here, and I don't know, maybe you'll get something out of this that I didn't, but as far as I'm concerned, the film overall is just kind of bland. Anyway, that's what I thought about The Kitchen. What did you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.